that was so nice. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Daniel Pineda.
My name's Adele Quo.
And this is our last show in July.
Oh, yes.
Right,
Actually, technically,
which will actually technically
August.
be seen on the 1st of August this week. But thanks for joining us. And we have the regular stuff here, News and Community Bulletin Board. And Adele is back for another installment of
It's Easy Being Green.
Oh, we got it together.
We still got it. We have harmony. We have
we
harmony.
almost harmonized on that. CBB, as I mentioned, Community Bulletin Board. A roll-in from Denise and her review on her thoughts on Anne, the play, Anne, News for Seniors, and then another roll-in from our Styrofoam mom, Miriam Gennari, and talking with her guest, Edith Marshall. And that's it. But before we begin, social media from my recently returned partner over here, Senor Pineda.
Absolutely, Mr. Nolan. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News. And the number 1. Also facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News, and also on the radio.
Also on the radio, 96.7 LP WERA. Check us out. All right, here we go. The first of our news items. Well, some recent online articles have accurately stated that Arlington County is not liable for sewage damage resulting from the July 8th rainstorm that blew through here. It's another example of Virginia state law. The law is derived from the concept of sovereign immunity, the old common law axiom, which states that, and we're quoting now, the king can do no wrong, end quote. Yes, you heard that right, the king. After 1993, Virginia did allow for limited liability, but it did not extend it to the counties. And with more on that immunity, sovereign immunity stuff, here's Daniel.
Well, that's right, Craig. According to Virginia Code 8.01-195.3, no provision of the 1993 Act is to be construed as to remove or in any way diminish the sovereign immunity of any county, city, or town in the Commonwealth. However, counties may be sued on the theory of implied contract. This occurs when a county has wrongfully taken, damaged, or converted property. There is also potential liability in the case of a public nuisance. Craig.
All right, Daniel. Also in our news items, well, could inadequate construction or maintenance of sewers be pursued to override sovereign immunity? Since Arlington residents are obliged to pay the county for their sewer services, it might be argued that an implied contract does exist. Meanwhile, the county's website does offer a few options for the remedy, albeit with someone else's money. The county has applied for state and federal aid, which, if granted, may help with low-interest loans for structural repairs. There's also crisis emergency assistance to help with rent, mortgage, utilities, or medical expenses. However, payments would be made not to the applicant, but to the business providing the service. It would keep the banks and landlords happy anyway, and for more information, you can go to their website on your screen now and in your ear, www.arlingtonva.us/flood recovery. Daniel.
Well, Craig, a federal court has ruled that it is unconstitutional for courts to identify individuals as, quote-unquote, habitual drunkards and arrest them for drinking alcohol. Arlington police have suspended enforcement of Virginia Code sections related to alcohol interdiction.
All right, Daniel, we'll be back with CBB, our Community Bulletin Board file, right after we hear from Adele Quo in another installment of
It's Easy Being Green.
It's twice
Dun,
we've
dun,
done
dun,
that.
dun.
Good intro there. Excellent.
Not bad. Here's
That's
Adele.
Welcome back to It's Easy Being Green. My name's Adele Quo, and our mascot, Joe Tree Frog, and his feathered friends joins us today. In urban Arlington, maybe you suffer from nature deficit disorder. If you're not able to spend enough time outdoors, or if you're not able to spend time to enjoy nature, or not enough time to spend enjoying our highly ranked park areas. Explore the wildest club in town by attending the Arlington Regional Master Naturalist Open House on Tuesday, August 6th from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Long Branch Nature Center. Applicants for the Fall 2019 Basic Training class are encouraged to attend. Applications for the Fall 2019 training are due Friday, August 9th, 2019. So don't forget, get those applications in. For more information and to complete your application, visit the Arlington Regional Master Naturalist website at www.armn.org. Focused on natural resource conservation, the Arlington Regional Master Naturalist chapter of the Virginia Master Naturalist Program is a volunteer training and service program. Little or no formal training is needed, just a love for the natural environment and commitment to share your new understanding. Basic training is typically 16 classroom sessions and 5 fun field trips on a variety of topics taught by recognized experts in ecology, botany, hepatology, ornithology, forest and aquatic ecosystems, and much more. Basic training is the same across all chapters in Virginia. You can learn about trees and fungi, birds and butterflies, and much, much more. Open your eyes to a number of things you don't think about often in your daily life. ARMN is not just training, but connecting people with projects that need help relating to our natural resource conservation in your community. Prowl around with fellow members on a wide range of service projects and learn something new every time you go out in the field. Help our local, state, and national parks with water monitoring, bluebird box monitoring, restoring the Barcroft Magnolia Bog, and again, much more. ARMN inspires members to find their niche in supporting our local natural environment. The Honorable Terry McAuliffe, former governor of Virginia, recognized that the work Virginia Master Naturalist volunteers do benefits the Commonwealth's waters, woodlands, wildlife, and parks. They create new wildlife habitat by documenting biodiversity and the health of our environment, and educating Virginians of all ages the importance of natural resource conservation. If you love nature, if you love Virginia, and you want to help preserve our natural resources, check out the Virginia Master Naturalist Program. So remember, it's easy being green.
Who knew? Who knew?
I know,
Lot
it's
of
a great
information
program.
I always thought I was a naturalist, but I don't know if I could ever be a master naturalist.
A master naturalist.
Got to be certified for
Sounds
that.
Kind of
good.
like a citizen science.
Yeah.
Science.
Sounds
yes.
good.
Citizen scientist.
Maybe like a tree steward?
I think a little bit more.
Or more.
but,
Oh,
you
more
know,
than a tree steward.
Well, because it's more than trees.
All right, that's true, it is. You get some entomology in there, herpetology. Or
Yeah, I had to practice those words.
Good stuff. Thanks, Adele. We appreciate it
Adele.
as always. Here we go. As promised now, our CBB Community Bulletin Board file. Do you love improv? Does the idea of having fun with on-the-spot comedy and theater appeal to you? Well, then this event is for you. Whether you want to learn more about improv or sign up for classes or just have a night of fun, there's something there for you, and it's free. Free, FREE, free for adults. Requires no previous experience, but registration is required. This event is taking place on Thursday, August 8th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. in the loft at Cherrydale Branch Library. They're located at 2190 Military Road. For more information and to register, give them a call at 866-811-4111. Daniel, lots of ones there.
And on to our next CBB story for tonight. Anybody with an interest in wildlife will love this next event. Invasive plants can be destructive to the environment and endanger local animal and plant populations. Well, this event aims to remove invasive species and help foster the return of natural animal and plant life right here in Arlington. Come make the difference in the community and keep Arlington beautiful. This event is great for anybody age 8 and up. No registration is required. This free event is happening on Saturday, that's August the 10th, from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. That's at the Gulf Branch Nature Center, located at 3608 North Military Road.
All right, Daniel, also in our CBB file, want to have some cheesy fun? Well, check out this pizza tour of Arlington. From Ballston to Crystal City, experience new slices all around the county. And the best part, it's also a bike tour, so you'll burn calories along the way. This event is FREE free, but bring money for pizza and drinks. If you don't have a bike, there are Capital Bike Share stations near the start and end of the tour. Helmets are required and locks are recommended. This event is happening on Saturday, August 10, from 11:30 to 1:30 at the Ballston MU Station, 4230 Fairfax Drive. Register online by searching for Single Slice Spin at www.eventbrite.com. Daniel.
Now, Craig, that was a cheesy story. No pun intended.
Man, cheesy.
Well, imagination and adventure combined in encore stage and studio's performance of Rocket Woman. Join one of the region's premier youth theater ensembles for this family-friendly story about a woman who blasts off into space in search of adventure and to accomplish her goals. This free event is taking place on Sunday. That's August the 11th at 11 a.m. That's at the Lubber Run Amphitheater, located at 200 North Columbus Street. And as always, we want to thank our own Jordan Kuharski for this week's CBB Stories. Thank you so much, Jordan, for your hard work and dedication.
Thanks, Jordan. All right, don't go away. News for Seniors coming up right after we hear from Denise, or Denise, and her thoughts on Anne. Here's Denise.
Anne, now playing at Arena Stage, is playwright Holland Taylor's unabashed love letter to the memory of Ann Richards. She was the Democrat who served as governor of the red state of Texas from 1991 to 1995. She was feisty and witty and came to national attention when she delivered the keynote address at the 1988 Democratic National Convention. It was there that she spoke of George Bush, saying, "Poor George, he can't help it. He was born with a silver foot in his mouth." Holland Taylor not only wrote Anne, she starred on Broadway in her play. Jane Atkinson, who plays Anne at Arena, shared with the audience that she was first approached to direct this production. But when she read the script, she knew that she wanted to play Anne instead. The Arena Stage ticket holders will be grateful that she made that decision. She has a bold stage presence that embodies the former governor, and a comic timing that plays homage to her stockpile of zingy one-liners. They range from admonishments of her staff to the chastisement of her son for his reticence in playing charades. The directing job was given to Kristen Van Ginneven, who extracted a great performance from Atkinson. The set by Juliana von Hobrick features a traveling podium that highlights her well-received speeches and opens wide to reveal the office that was home to her busy political life. It includes the all-important multi-line telephone with the extra long cord. The white power suit was by costume designer Jess Goldstein, and it was complemented by a shock of white Republican hair in a wig designed by Paul Huntley. In this time of a record number of women serving in Congress, Anne could not be a timelier look at a governor who paved the way for future female politicians to ply their trade in largely antagonistic surroundings. In addition to being a role model, she was a champion of many women's causes. It was she who once uttered, "After all, Ginger Rogers did everything that Fred Astaire did. She just did it backwards and in high heels." Anne plays at Arena Stage through August 11th. A look at a tough Democratic powerhouse is just what we need to see in this open season on The Squad. Ann Richards would have had their backs. I'm Denise Pringle. Now back to the news desk.
All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Denise. I think she liked it.
Oh, yeah. Maybe?
I think she liked it. And down at Arena Stage. Thanks, Denise. We appreciate it.
Thank you,
Here we go. As
Denise.
promised now, news for seniors. Here we go. Item number 1. The Merrymakers are a group of seniors who sing, dance, and play instruments for the enjoyment of others. They meet on the 2nd and 4th Tuesdays to rehearse new numbers taken from the Great American Songbook. They encourage people to drop in and participate. The Merrymakers are looking for senior singers, dancers, and musicians to join their group. The group also entertains at senior residences. The next session is coming up on Tuesday, August 6th from 10 to 2 at Walter Reed Community and Senior Center. They're located at 2909 16th Street South. To register and find out more about it, give them a call at the number on your screen, 703-228-0955. Daniel.
Well, to our next story, is your jewelry box a treasure chest? Well, join certified gemologist Jamie Grosso from JG Jewelry and Estates to learn about antique and estate jewelry. Hear how these items and others are valued and options to redesign or keep in the family as heirlooms. Attendees may also bring one item for a free evaluation. That all takes place on Thursday, August the 8th at 1 p.m. at the Langston Brown Community and Senior Center. That's located at 2121 North Culpeper Street. To register, give them a call at 703-228-6300.
My jewelry box, mostly full of pennies, I think. Also in our news for seniors, if you're tired of paying outrageous bills for cable, phone, and internet, join tech guru Nick England for some new ideas. He'll be giving a general overview on how to use today's technology to combine resources and reduce the amount of services you pay for. That's coming up on Thursday, August 8th at 1 in the afternoon at Arlington Mill Community and Senior Center. They're located at 909 South Dinwiddie. For more information and to register, give them a call at this number, 703-228-7369. Daniel.
Well, Marymount nursing graduate Anna Martinez will share her research on how medical marijuana is being introduced into a medical diagnosis. She will share how many forms of its availability and where it is and how it is not legal. That all takes place on Wednesday, that's August 7th at 11 a.m. at the Walter Reed Community and Senior Center located at 2909 16th Street South. Call to register at 703-228-0955.
And also in news for seniors, original Medicare insurance Parts A and B covers hospitalization and services such as doctor office visits and preventative measures, including tests and screenings. Many people choose to augment this with a supplemental Medigap plan or Medicare Advantage plan, in which you can include coverages for prescription drugs and options for dental, vision, and other services. Medicare expert Will Smith will explain the different plans available under Medicare and through private insurers. This event is coming up Thursday, August 8th at 11:30 in the a.m. at Lee Community and Senior Center, located at 5722 Lee Highway. For more information and to register, call them at this number, 703-228-0555. And as always, thanks to Judy Masabny of OSAP for helping us out and sending us these announcements. We appreciate it, Judy. All right, another time for another roll-in. Here's another installment of Sustainable Scoop from our very own Styrofoam mom. Here's Miriam Gennari.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. My guest today is Edith Marshall. She's the founder and president of Citizens Comment. It's a nonprofit organization that she founded to help citizens learn a little bit more about federal rules and regulations as they change, which they're doing quite frequently right now in this new administration. Welcome, Edith.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Edith, you know, I can't even imagine what it would be like to sit down and read through federal rules and regulations and try to interpret how they're going to impact my life, my family, my community. But you do this. And before we figure out why you do this, I want to talk a little bit about your background, because not everybody could.
Well, I'm a lawyer, and some of the jobs that I performed in the past were for the federal government in capacities where I either wrote or reviewed or sometimes tried to defend federal regulations. So I've done a lot of work in the regulatory area.
And I might also add that you did graduate from Harvard, so...
But not Harvard Law School. Harvard undergrad,
But
University of Michigan Law School.
Right, but so that makes you a really great debater and you look at both sides of an argument.
I try.
So on your website, you take a look at this, these rules or these changes, and then how do you summarize them so that you're not really taking one side or the other, but putting the information out there in a digestible form for citizens?
Well, what I do is I look at what has been published by the government and basically just try to hone it down into a relatively simple summary of what the particular change in regulations is, and also what the government is saying is the justification for the change. And then I try to give additional resources and information if people want to take a deeper dive and read articles or look elsewhere.
Well, people are really looking at changes, and sometimes it's too late. You know, there's the EPA, there's immigration, there's issues of homeland security, there's all kinds of things out there. And, you know, they go to protests, they go to rallies, and they try to raise their voice. But what you're trying to encourage people is to document their voice and put it in the public record.
Well, yes, that's right. And what I'm actually doing is trying to just help the public to understand and take advantage of an opportunity that's there and has been there since the 1940s. The law requires federal agencies to give notice to the public when they are going to change rules, and it's just a proposal. At the proposal phase, there is supposed to be at least 30 days notice to the public, and then a period of time during which the public can comment and tell the government whether they think it's a good or a bad idea, or whether there's any other input that the public wants to have on this rule. This is something that I think most people, particularly outside of the Washington, D.C. area, probably don't even know exists as an opportunity to be heard. And the reality is that every day the government publishes the new proposals that it has for new regulations, or, as happens a lot in this administration, repeals of regulations or just amendments. But it is something that is out there for the public to look at, to learn about, and to really weigh in with the government in a way that the government has a legal responsibility to look at.
And let's talk about that, a legal responsibility to look at all issues related to these policies or regulations. So it could be just how this regulation could affect you personally. It could be information or facts that you have on this issue that you want to share. I mean, there are no limitations, and even though your website is called Citizens Comment, anyone can comment. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. And anyone can send in a comment on the rules that are open for public comment, and most of the time you don't even have to provide your name. There will be on the government website where you can submit comments, there's always a box for your name, but most of the time they will allow you to put in anonymous instead of your name if you wish. But going back to just what you said a moment ago, the only limitation really is whether what you have to say is relevant to the topic. There is a bedrock principle of administrative law that is that when an agency makes a decision, including a decision to change a regulation, they have to consider all the relevant factors. So if you as a member of the public have something that you think the government should be considering, and that may be a personal experience, or it may be a particular issue or something that you have expertise in, or just your views, the point is anything relevant to the topic has to be considered by the government. And if they don't consider it, and if they don't have a record that they considered all relevant factors, then their decision may be subject to attack and litigation.
This is such a powerful tool. I love that you're doing this. And this is a nonprofit organization, so if people want to support what you're doing, either by making comments, volunteering, or even writing a check, they can to support your work.
Certainly.
All right. And now, is there any specific thing that you're looking at right now that people might want to weigh in on?
Well, there are several right now, but the some of the issues that are up on my website right now are the recent rule that has gotten a lot of publicity, changing the eligibility criterion for asylum. Also, one that has to do with removing some of the safety precautions for really big trucks that might explode.
These are big issues. People should weigh in. So how do they get in touch with you and learn about your website?
Well, my website is citizenscomment.org.
So simple.
And all the information is there, including how to get in touch with me. But basically, you can get in touch by emailing to info@citizenscomment.org or at volunteer@citizenscomment.org or CEO@citizenscomment.org.
All of them.
Which will come directly to me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for the work that you're doing, Edith. I really want to encourage you, and I hope all of our viewers will go to citizenscomment.org and check it out and then make their voices heard. I want to thank all of you for watching this edition of The Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari. Back to the news desk.
Thank you,
All right,
Miriam.
Nice job. We appreciate it. Thanks, Miriam.
Yeah.
Mama G. And another installment of her Sustainable Scoop.
I always learn
appreciate
so
that.
much, you know.
I know.
She does a nice job, and we really enjoy having her as part of our AWN
Family.
crew here. Yeah. Thanks, Miriam. We
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
Miriam.
So we got to wrap it up and move on down the road. Anything else to add, folks, on this last show
Adele?
in July? Well,
Usual.
first in August. The usual, just the usual.
The usual, please.
Great. I'll have the usual. All right, that's good. Okay, well, the usual is our,
The usual
our
goodbye.
bye-bye and sign-off. So thanks to all of you out there for watching
Thank
another
you.
edition of Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News next week. If you're out there, we'll be here, and we'll try it all again. Have a safe week. Bye-bye.